So today's theme is recognition of the message. And when I was reading this earlier in the past couple of weeks, I ended up having to read the lesson in the gospel a couple of times before it really started to sink in. Part of it is because my initial instinct in reading stuff is to take it literally. Then I have to read it a couple more times to get myself out of that habit and into reading it more figuratively or internally. Um, and so when it says in the lesson, it says that the messenger of light who comes at the right time and assumes the form of the true church in human flesh and acts as leader within righteousness, chooses the personalities of his disciples and frees them, and then frees them. It's not like my initial instinct is to think of Myers-Briggs or one of those personality tests and these specific ones will be severe is patently ridiculous. What it actually is talking about is an internal reality of acceptance and grace and to a certain extent flexibility. Because in order to receive something, you have to be open to receive it in the first place. One of those beings of light, truth, can only act as far as we allow them. They have this thing, it's this whole consent thing. And so they can only work as far as we let. And so one of the first steps is to go inside and see what is anything that's getting in the way of you receiving whatever truth or blessing or whatever it is that you need to receive in order for your life to get better than another. And that's much easier to say. And so part of this recognition of the messenger is also recognizing when the voice within you is the voice of truth and it's the voice of falsehood, of lies, of self-deception, and the world telling you things that aren't necessary. And so learning the difference can be extremely hard, and sometimes a little bit of both. Sometimes it's obvious, and sometimes it can take years to figure out that, oh, that's actually from this other thing from childhood, and that's not actually real. That's just something that I absorbed or was told enough times that I thought it was true. There's always layers to this. The world is the way it is. No one's perfect, and the world isn't perfect, and so we're all doing the best. And the point is also not to compare your internal reality with someone's external reality. Because we all have our stuff inside that may or may not be there. And so when you compare your internal struggles to the way someone looks externally, you can end up doing this whole weird comparison and going down rabbit holes I sort of experience. So remember, it's kind of like Facebook or other social media. People show the stuff they're willing to show. Not always everything. It's honestly, it's rarely everything because I don't think we're capable of showing everything even if we wanted to because we contain multitudes internally as well as externally. Life is complicated. Humans are complicated. Yeah, all that. So also keep yourself grace, give other people grace, realize that the way things look and the way things are always the same, which is actually what the gospel is. Therefore, I have suffered nothing of what they are going to say about it. For what thou seest, this I have shown thee. For what I am, this alone I know, no else. Keep me then, let me then keep what is mine, and see what is mine through me. But see me truly, not what I said I am, but what thou, being akin to me, canst fully realize and will know in fullness of thy time. also one of those things about people say things and they'll show you who they are. Sometimes it's the same and sometimes. And I think that's part of what Jesus is talking about. Pay attention to other people's actions and as well as your own actions. Because your own thoughts and words can lie to you, but your actions lie. And again, keeping that in mind and paying attention and seeing what you're actually doing, I also think from experience can be extremely hard, especially with self-deception being extremely easy, because a lot of times the brain that created the problem can't be the brain that creates the solution. Sometimes you need an external help. Maybe a therapist, a priest or a friend, journal, and then read it weeks later and go, well, what the heck is this? I've done that. Whatever that looks like for a bunch of tools, meditation, prayer, church, all yeah, this got a little more, I don't want exactly dark than I expected. But, I mean, it's Rose Sunday, it's supposed to be a joyous occasion, but sometimes joy and sorrow are like on the knife's edge. Sometimes in order to experience joy and to get to joy, you have to go through a bunch of stuff and clear out all the junk. I've been watching a lot of YouTube with people who used to be slobs and so teaching people how to not be slobs. And the first step is always to declare, no matter who I watch, which annoys me because I don't actually. And the thing is that while that's an external reality, it's also an internal reality. We have to declare internally so that we can get to the place we want to get to in the future. And so with that, go in peace, you know what we do.